Alright. Now, I'm mainly just making this recording to capture a moment I just had. I know you can't see me in the cam. So fucking what? To capture a moment in this cam. This cam. I'm having a moment. I don't know what to say. I kick ass at the TOPTER. Let me get out of this. Yeah. Labeled suck that shit. I kicked ass. I mean, all the other ones too. I fucking kicked ass. In the TOPTER. This one specifically, though. Let's review this replay. This was beyond epic. And at one point, I got shot down and I was like, that's some bullshit. And then I pulled my hand off the fucking mouse. But as I seen I was going down, I was like, oh, wait, there's a moment I can look at him. And I aimed, put my hand back on the mouse and aimed and fired. And boom! Took out one of his fucking wings. So, yeah. Now that rumbling you're hearing is that giant fucking sandworm that's underneath the sands, or the spice fields, as they would refer to it in the video, is roaming around. So if you make way too much noise by moving constantly, as you can see the red ring down there, so it'll hone in on a specific person on the map that's making too much noise and consume them. So, the reason why I start out with this vehicle mainly is because you can get a lot of points by simply doing this. Just like Blaziken around the fucking hills. Make sure that you don't stop, keep on firing, and boom, not only did I get his barrel, but I got his fucking breech as well. So, it's in here drifting, not making too much noise, but, at this point, I ended up leaving myself a little bit vulnerable. Got a couple of rockets off, boom, there goes his barrel and his breech multiple times. Dude just looking at the rockets as they fell into him. And so at this point, I'm going to utilize my free time, as he's repairing, which is only like 12, 13 seconds. Boom, now I know that his cannon's up, so I'm going to back up a little bit. But as he's just sitting there, I'm going to pick off his cannon. And then I'm just going to use him as a sponge and soak up as many fucking points as I can by free firing on him. And then at this point, safe to say... Ooh, that was close. That was way too close. I forgot about that. It's safe to say at this point, yeah, I just fucking hit the back. Smoke out of there. Use my last 2 smoke to cover me. Drift. Peel lost this bitch. And I see a QAD pulling up, and so I'm like, oh, might as well get my rockets ready. They're about to boop fire on him, and I start shooting on him to soak up some more points real quick. He gets one on me. I try to shoot the rocket, but to no avail. Now this is where it gets tasty. At this point, I'm the TOPTER. It's actually going... Yeah, okay. So, yeah, watching the missile. I see a missile coming, then I realize that Sarov is up there, so he dodges, and then for some reason they both smack into each other or something like that. I don't know what the fuck actually happened, but yeah, I fired off some rockets. They go flying elsewhere and shit. Yada, yada, yada. Blah, blah, blah. I'm going to stop the waving. because I'm viewing from over there as I'm flying around, and I'm also looking down. So, yeah, I'm just trying to pay attention to my surroundings all the while. Yeah, I'm just floating around. The objective is simply trying to get around to their spawn point and just setting up defense in their air. So that way, if any one of them wants to come hop in a topter as well, they're not going to have so much fun. They're not going to have as much fun as you are. So, yep, see, boom, topter, and so I view. Now you have to have the topter facing forward in order to fire the rockets. Like forward at your target, and boom, dead. So I dip out of there real quick so any QAD doesn't get me. You got to understand, too, me flying around back here and everything, it might be a fucking nuisance to those people, the enemy, as those people, because they have to see me flying around in their airspace behind their spawn, and that's not normality. They don't like that. They are clearly confused and distracted. But I'm just going to, at this point, I'm going to rack up as many free kills as I can with the QADs, because the QADs are the easiest to go with. So, boom, killed him. He was in his spawn. Fuck him. And you want to capitalize on the ability, like this, for instance, on the ability to go ahead and take their airspace whenever it's free. Because when another enemy pops right in, you got a free fucking kill. And who cares about his feelings? To be quite honest, you shouldn't have remorse or empathy for this at all. These people don't give a shit about you either. So why give a shit about them? So you're going to camp in their airspace, not particularly camping, strategically positioning yourself. So that way you can anticipate anybody that's to try to come in. And when you do feel it's safe enough to go ahead and fly close to them, by all means, go ahead and go ahead and shoot some rockets at some heavier targets. May not get any strikes or anything like that, but you'll assist in the long run. And this is funny because we kind of started losing majority. Then we came back. And I think we lost. But who cares, really? The win is not what really matters in this for me. It's more along the lines pissing people off. So, yeah, hitting a couple of heavier targets, lightening them up a little bit, doing some annoying fucking damage to them. It's just they don't know what's happening, so, you're at free will to go ahead and fly around for a little bit, but eventually I happen to dip too low and I get, right over here. Then I get shot out of the sky by the DOTR. Watch this shit. Dodged his fucking rocket. Killed his ass. Viewing back. There's no QAD. There's a QAD. Yep. Do the wave. Make sure you're not just flying in one straight path. Like whoop-de-doo is what it's called if you ever rode a dirt bike before or, BMX'd. You hit the whoop-de-doos. I think this is where I actually got shot out of the sky. Yeah, that dude flies by me. I think this is where I get shot out of the sky. Yep. Shot out of the sky by a DOTR. Yeah, that guy right there. Fucking shossed me out of the sky. But this is funny, because most of the goddamn time you can only see in a match that the player only gets the ability to jump in a topter, like, once throughout the whole thing. Not me. Oh, no. Daddy had a lot more in store for these guys. You always want to kind of fly low around the outskirt of the map. And this is like near the beginning. I always say the beginning of the match when there's a lot of QADs. But when it happens to be like this, where you got a lot of CTTs, the medium main battle tanks, and the DOTRs, the RLAOs, the aerial artillery, or indirect artillery, should I fucking say, indirect rocket artillery. Yeah, then you should feel a little bit more confident with pulling off shit like this, but not in the beginning of the match or somewhat near the middle of the match for that instance. So yeah, boom, took out the QADs. I got love tapped a little bit. Now watch this. This guy fires a rocket at me. Oh, well, no, he tried to ram me, actually. You gotta do that fucking whip. But see, he has the cut just like me. Cuts. He fires on me, and I'm like, fuck! Fuck that bitch! Fuck! Pulled my hand off the mouse. I'm like, wait a second. I fired on him, and I hit his goddamn wing. So see, there he is going down. Boom. I was so ecstatic right there. And it was at this time that I hopped in another Topter. And cleared the rest of the fucking sky. See, missile. Dodge. Gotta whip that shit, man. You fucking dodge every missile that comes flying at you. Do the little tumble. Whip it. Whip it real good. So, yeah, there's another one. Fucking Mac Daddying on these bitches. And I thought I was going to get away with this guy. I was like, wait, I pulled down a little too hard. I was like, fuck! So, yeah, that would have been epic to evade out of that QAD right there. But, I didn't get away from him. I got away from him, but I smacked into the ground. So, yeah, there me is again in another Topter. Yeah, it was a fun fucking match. So, yeah. See that tumble right there. Anyways, that's it. I'm off. I just wanted to get that down. Yeah. You guys take